Samuel L. Jackson has recently come out and said that in his mind, Jedi Master Mace Windu survived his encounter with Darth Sidious in Revenge of the Sith, and he cites that Jedi have survived falls far greater heights than Mace did in the film. Samuel L. Jackson has said before that he would like to appear in some regard in the new series of movies, and he also revealed that he spoke with George Lucas about Mace Windu's fall, and Lucas did say his survival was possible. Many of you have requested I share my thoughts on this, and I am here to do so today. I believe the hopes for Mace Windu ever appearing in a film is out of the question, as multiple writers and people associated with Star Wars have come out and said that Disney have requested they heavily avoid any prequel-era themes and characters. George Lucas even submitted a very rough script to Disney and Lucasfilm for Episode 7, but it was denied out of too many prequel holdovers. Because of all this talk of Mace Windu's return, I wanted to propose what I believe may eventually occur. Star Wars Rebels seems to be an exception to this no prequel era requirement, and I think this is fantastic. Rebels has been great about melding the prequel era movies and characters into the original and new trilogy characters and themes. I would say the chances of Mace returning in a film is unlikely, nigh impossible, but a return in Rebels I believe would be a welcomed and applauded thing. Samuel L. Jackson actually did the voice for Mace Windu in the Star Wars The Clone Wars animated movie, so I believe he would be willing to return for a short time. A big conflict and question I have surrounding this, however, is canon continuity. In the canon Revenge of the Sith novelization, the supposed death of Windu is gone more in depth. Mace turned toward the cringing, beaten Sith Lord. You can explain the difference after he's dead. He raised his lightsaber. "I need him alive," Skywalker shouted. "I need him to save Padme." Mace thought blankly, "Why?" and moved his lightsaber toward the fallen Chancellor. Before he could follow through on his stroke, a sudden arc of blue plasma sheared through his wrist, and his hand tumbled away with his lightsaber still in it, and Palpatine roared back to his feet, and lightning speared from the Sith Lord's hands, and without his blade to catch it, the power of Palpatine's hate struck him full on. He had been so intent on Palpatine's Shatterpoint that he'd never thought to look for Anakin's. Dark lightning blasted away his universe, he fell forever. So by this passage in the book, we get a few very important indicators as to the fate of Windu. In Return of the Jedi, when the Emperor was electrocuting Luke, he was toying with him, forcing the young Jedi to suffer by only using a fraction of his true power. The case of Mace Windu is quite different. According to the book, the power of Palpatine's hate struck him full on. Palpatine is known to be the most skilled practitioner of Force lightning, with his being capable of fully incinerating someone. Of course that didn't happen to Mace, but another line paints a grim outcome. Dark lightning blasted away his universe, he fell forever. Now while it doesn't come clean out and say he died, blasted away his universe seems pretty definitive, but it does actually leave some wiggle room for canon, which is a good sign. Ultimately, I view Mace Windu's return as a double-edged sword. Yes, it would be cool and perhaps even great to see him show up in Rebels and aid the Ghost crew, or maybe even fight Darth Maul and have it be a battle between two characters we thought were dead. But on the other hand, it may in a way weaken Anakin's initial turn and betrayal of the Jedi. In my own opinion, I do agree with Samuel L. Jackson and Lucas that yes, he very well could have survived that fall, but the big question here is the Force lightning. Was its power too much for him to regain his composure before he fell, or not? If Samuel L. Jackson continues to campaign for Mace to return, I believe Disney will eventually cave and agree to it, but I see his return in a film impossible at this point. The only real option is Rebels, as they are not afraid to use prequel-era themes and characters, and have brought long-believed dead characters back before. As far as Mace's role in the series, it may end up being a teacher one, giving Ezra another powerful Jedi to look up to. Or perhaps we may see a somewhat broken Mace Windu, both physically and spiritually, and we may go with him as he regains his hope for the galaxy and eventually sacrifices himself. On an even deeper note, a rematch duel between Darth Vader and a broken Windu would be a cool thing to witness, and end up being very similar to the way Maul pursued Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars show. At the end of the day, anything can work if it's explained and written well enough. Mace Windu should only return if he has something to contribute to the greater story and have a lesson to teach. If he doesn't, he should remain dead. Anyway guys, tell me down below whether or not you want Mace Windu to return, and if you agree with me and see Rebels as the only avenue Disney would allow it to happen. Thank you as always so much for watching, may the Force be with you, and have a great day.